Hey, I've come back. Oh, face. Now this is a really short video, and I think it's more for my own benefit, just to like get it out there. I was kind of half mentioning it in the last video. Do check that out. I was showing you this one. Sweet. But yeah, basically what I was saying in that video is how I've got myself into a pickle by buying too many tarot decks. Now that doesn't mean I have too many, it just means that I bought too many and I haven't worked with them enough. So it's what I started to do was make a week plan of what decks to work with. Instead of just going with what I was drawn to, because I just keep picking up the same old deck, which is fine. But I was like, come on, you've got to start using them. So I had week 41, although I've gotten behind, so it's just like the first week I used the Gothic Vampires one, which is on my altar somewhere, buried. I have so many in my altar drawer. That was a really good week. I didn't use it as much as I'd have liked. I didn't make the time to use it every night. I used it probably every other night. And I think I mentioned when I reviewed it, just showed you the cards really, that I wasn't going on what I knew the Three of Pentacles to be, anything like that. I went solely on the image, and I kept getting the same couple of images come up over like the couple of days that I did it. So I was like, oh man, what are you trying to say? So it was really nice, and I really enjoyed using the deck. I haven't used it long enough to say how it really is as a reader, because I am only really doing these, well, I thought I was only doing these like for a week at a time, not necessarily to really gain like an real deep understanding of each other, you know, because I personally would feel I'd need more than a week to really break that barrier down and get in, to be fair. So, but you know, I used it for a week just to get a feel, just to see, instead of just going through the images going, oh yeah, that'll work one day, and then just putting it in the drawer. It's kind of like a tester period between us, because if I work with them for a week and I'm not feeling it, I'm like, right, well, that's absolutely fine. That's one for the collection. Put it away for another time. I might come back to it or trade it. So yeah. Where was I? I've lost my train of thought. The dog's trying to get in. In a minute, honey. But yeah, so just like a tester period, really, rather than just doing like the first interview spread and then going, oh yeah, you'll be good for that, bye, because that's me. That's me, no one else. So then the next week, which ended last week, I was using the Les Vampires. Now, this is where my problem comes in. This last card I drew, Love Conquers All. Now, I started to read the guidebook when I first bought these from Glastonbury. I got that one as well the other day. And beautiful book, absolutely beautiful. And the author, who is it, Lucy Cavendish? Don't beat me if I've gotten that wrong. Yeah, I think it is Lucy, isn't it? Sorry, I've just totally had a mental block. Is it? I'm sure it is. And she suggests, you know, I don't think it's like strongly suggests, but she suggests that, you know, you draw the card, you read the book. And I thought, no, not this time. I'm going to just go on me. Nothing wrong with reading the guidebook. I love reading the guidebooks, you know, when I'm going, especially for myself. If I'm doing a reading for myself and I feel that I can't be quite objective enough, I'm like, right, well, what's the author got to say? And that's what I like. But this time I was like, no, not today. And as what I've taken to doing is, so I take a look at the image, right? And I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just telling you what I've done. And whatever, I'd look solely at the image and go with what I felt. I'd write down my thoughts, my feelings, what I thought the card was trying to say to me. And then I would do the same with the words. So once I'd done I didn't necessarily put them together, because, you know, I didn't go, right, okay, so this image to, you know, means this, and then nobility, right, so let's tie them together, that means that. No, I just actually took it as two separate entities. Most of the time it came out as one entity, but, you know, I just thought, I'll see what the image means to me and what the words mean to me. So that was good. Now, the problem I've got is my week with this beautiful deck has ended. And I don't want it to end. I want to carry on. It's not the worst problem in the world, but I currently have, including the new one, so Gothic's gone, so we've got less vampires, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've actually put a deck on there twice. Lucky Fairies by Brian Froud. So I currently have 7 decks that I want to work with. And I have more decks on the way. I backed Ian Daniels on Kickstarter. Just because I was interested in his take on the fairies. So I was like, oh, I'll get that, you know. And I've also backed the Twin Peaks deck, Rider-Waite deck. I can't wait. £45 that cost me. It cost me an extra £1.25 for the sterling convert, which peed me off no end. I was like, what? I just paid £45 for this and you want to pay £1? Anyway, I digress. And then I'll probably be stung with some customs charge or whatnot, but I could not have it. I am aware that there was a Twin Peaks deck on Etsy. That was stunning. But I wasn't even going to get this deck. I've totally digressed. Just, if you want to turn off, fine. I wasn't going to get it, but then I saw the moon card. If you've seen the moon, that moon card. I was like, that's it, I'm buying it. I waited till payday, and then I went up. I was like, I'm getting that. You know, and I haven't actually ever bought or backed a deck from another country. I've always been, obviously, I say never backed. I've only just backed 2. I've never done backing before, so this was cool. But I always, when I'm looking on eBay or anything like that, or trade forums, I won't go for decks that are not UK based, just purely because I am impatient and I want them here. But I just thought I'm going to have to take the plunge, and that's also another reason, because that was £45. That's why I'm trying not to buy any more decks. That's why I'm trying to work through my decks. So there we go. So I can't wait for that deck. I mean, I really cannot wait for that deck. So yeah. So the next deck that I should be working with is my Wizard's Tarot, which, by the way, I'll tell you about my Wizard's Tarot real quick. I'm just waffling, aren't I? My Wizard's Tarot, you know about it because I've done a video. I did it. I got it off of eBay because I wanted the book, and then I got the cards. And do you know what? I adore this deck. Right? I was so, for a moment, do I want to say the snob in me? Yes, that's the best way to describe it. Although I'm not a snobby person, you know, I burp, I do whatever, you know. But I was like, oh, I'm not entirely sure those images would be what the client would want to see. And then I had to slap myself. I was like, love, when was the last time you did a reading for anyone? I've been doing other things in my life. They're going well, really well. So I haven't been reading for others because I don't feel that I could commit to someone else at this present time. I've been reading for myself. So I slapped myself, not literally. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, does it speak to you? I was like, yeah, it really does, actually. And I do have these conversations with myself. Like, does it speak to you? Yes, it does. I was like, so what's this worry that, you know, a client might think, oh, that's a bit childish, just because it has children on. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So, right, it is its turn, and I just need to do it. But look what bag it's in. It's a Wonder Woman bag, but it's a purse. I think I got it from. If you're based in the UK, you'll know it. It might be everywhere, actually. Sorry, I'm ignorant of other places. It's a pound shop. Yeah, it's called the Pound Shop, and I do have a smashing sewing machine. It's Nan's, but she bought it for me to use, and I've made some amazing bags from it. Right, I Instagrammed those as well. But when I went into the Pound Shop, I was like, "That's £1." And I was like, "I'm buying it because it's Wonder Woman, who I've never been a huge fan of, but she is Wonder Woman. Do you know what I mean? She's just kick ass." So, and yeah, there's the deck, and that's just the inside. That's it. So. Ta-da! I really think it's one of my favourite decks. Once I got over my own snobbery, I'll admit that. So it is its week. We shall see. So while I'm rabbiting on about absolutely nothing, I've made a list of the decks that I'm interested in. That doesn't necessarily mean that I will buy them, but one of them is, I mentioned in my last video, is the Beautiful Creatures Tarot by the same artist as the Less Vampires. Hence why I want it, because I was. That deck, it touched me. It really did. So I want to get the tarot deck as well. Not that they're the same. I get that they're different. I want the cat art tarot. And I didn't want that until I saw a video of it. Elise. I have to have it. It is stunning. I'm a huge John Matthews fan, and Will. Oh, and I saw it and I was like, well, I'm not religious really, but ooh, I've got an oracle deck that will go really well with that. So that's on the list. The Ostra Tarot, that's stunning. I'm hoping that I might be able to. I know it's available on pre-order from Amazon.co.uk. So hopefully, but you know, I don't want to rush these things. The shamanic healing cards, the oracle ones. Oh, aren't they something? They're really something. I want the Myths and Mermaid Oracle. Yes, it turns out these little creatures that Jasmine has created, I love them. So, yeah. And there was another deck that I would like. Sorry, I'm trying to say I would like rather than I want, because I don't want and I don't need. Who said that? Oh, I watched a video the other day and the lovely lady was saying something similar. Oh. Maha Treasure? I'm really shit. I'm really shit at names. But it was, yeah, I would like. That's what I'm trying to say, because I don't need, and want gets you nothing, but you would like. Oh, but that's really fuddled my brain now. I'm like, well, what deck was it? Well, it'll come to me. But yes, so currently this is my small list. Yeah, so that's the small list. Oh, why I've got you. Look at this. I bought this from a shop the other day. Moonflower, a book of affirmations. Right, it looks like a book. And it's edited by Irene Zahara. And it's empty. It's an empty notebook with like tiny little bits of affirmation. And it's where you can write your own affirmations. I thought it was so cool. It was £3 I bought that for. It's brand new as well. So there we have it. Just a roundup of, you know, what I'm doing, where I'm going, and all that. But do you know what is really bugging me now that I've mentioned that there was that other deck I would like? So ingrained. But I can't remember what it was. No, it's gone. Anyway, thanks for watching just me rambling, really. And I hope you all have a good rest of the day whenever you're watching this video. Take care.